Plant your feet. Oh, just love this hair. The most gorgeous hair.
So much hair.
Welcome to this braided updo tutorial. The first thing that I'm going to do here is pretty much the foundation of this look. I'm going to do a track of braid that is going to hold the updo and the front braid in a nice full position so that this is a updo with braids as opposed to just braids. Pin that braid nice and solid to the back of the crown there. And not only does it give a great place to secure the braids and a good part of the updo, it also adds a little bit more fullness. So here's the second track braid. And everything in this design is going to be brought to these two track braids, and you will see a beautiful style unfold. So I'm slowing down the video here because it's really important that you pay attention to the direction I am holding the hair and the nice root tees I am putting in this top section. This will be a normal over French braid on top of the tees, and it will give beautiful height and soft movement. So you saw me put together all the different pieces and sections. That is the construction part. I work with a system that I call the 3 C's. So the first C is for the consultation. The second C is for construction. And now I'm going to move into creativity. If we go into creativity before we have an idea of where everything is going to live, at least section-wise, we can run out of hair, we can get lopsided, or we can maybe fall in love with a curl over here and it's perfect and we don't want to mess it up. And so then we kind of dance around this one perfect area. I've seen that happen in some of the classes. So consultation, basically this look is got a bit of an edge to it because of the faux hawk tightness on the sides. I want to keep these braids tight, but then you can see I pin them into this section, so then after this area I loosen them up. So we're going to have a little mix of tight and then loose. So now I'm going to just go with the construction, and because I'm not working with a mirror, I gotta just make sure she's going to have a good head shape and that it's attractive in its building. And when I do the consultation, the idea is the client has a look. Even if it's a photo, I go deep into the photo. What do you like about the photo? Tell me about your dress. Tell me about the feeling. You want to get some adjectives like, oh, I want it to be really cool and hip, or I want it to be soft and romantic. You can take one look and go a few different directions. So this is going to have a little bit of a softer look to it, and I made some hair accessories that we'll put in, and also there's tutorials on how I made the hair accessories from shopping at Michael's to the execution, and those will also be available. I want this bit of fullness right in here, and this is when you can be creative because you've made your sections, everything's in, and now you can be creative in how you want it to look. So I've got that mini secure braid in there. I'm going to bring this up and pin right into there. The idea of these security braids is I can have a soft, loose look that's not going to fall out because it's already attached to something that's already attached to the head. I don't have to worry about attaching this braid to the head shape. And that really eliminates a lot of bobby pins. Now I'm going to just continue to create. I'm going to feed this through here. So continuing on the other side. The goal here is to put some hair in this area and then have enough to work and fill in that area too. Balance and fullness. And that's what's good about the braids is you can just keep pulling and get all the extra fullness that you need. And I like how that's making a pretty fun look right there. And I've got the other little braid is up in this area. And grab some of that. And I'm just gonna get some more fullness out of this section. I heard somebody in Facebook group asked the question, what if you pull out too much hair, or how much hair do you pull out? And it really, and you can see it's some parts of the braid is now starting to come undone, and that's fine. It's not wrong, because there's no right or wrong in these styles. It's an art form, and it's an experimentation. And that confidence comes with just continuing to practice and try new things. And I really, talk a lot about getting models in to try things out on, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to grow. If you're only doing prom work or wedding work during those seasons, and you're only doing with what the client brings to you, we're starting to see the same photo for years and years now. And this is just a way for you to be a little bit confident, having played around and experimented and taken some of these courses of mine, so that you can try some new looks. So I'm just gonna fold this up a little bit more, spread that out. And always want to pin where you're pinching. This is a stage where I actually give the client the mirror and I have her stand up. I want her to not just look, I want to stand up, and I want to kind of find the best view, set her up in it, then hand her the mirror. Because we're selling the client on the look at the same time, and we want them to have a good experience when they look in the mirror. And if they're just looking in the front, and I tend to turn my when you do on location, you don't typically always have a mirror, but I do tend to turn the models away from the mirror, or the clients away from the mirror, once we have established how they want their front, because I want them to be wowed by the side and the back and what other people are going to see. They certainly have to be comfortable with the front, but your work as a stylist and your referrals is going to come from what other people see, and that's usually the back and the sides.